What if the secret to awakening your soul's memory has been hiding in your kitchen all along? Imagine a simple crystal of salt holding the power to reconnect you with your divine purpose. Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, revealed that salt is not just seasoning, it is a spiritual technology, a divine key hidden in plain sight. In 1936, a desperate mother turned to Edgar Cayce, the man they called the sleeping prophet. Her son was dying. Doctors had given up hope. But in a trance, Cayce gave her a strange instruction. Add a specific type of salt to the boy's bath. 3 days later, the child was walking, talking, laughing, completely healed. But that is only the beginning. Because Cayce uncovered something far deeper. To him, salt was not simply a mineral. It was a spiritual technology, a sacred key encoded with divine intention, capable of activating forgotten parts of the soul. Pause for a moment. Every tear you cry, every beat of your heart, every spark of thought traveling through your nerves depends on salt. It is not optional. It is essential. Yet Cayce saw beyond biology. He described salt as crystallized memory, a sacred conductor carrying invisible patterns, what he called atomic prayers resonating with the human soul. Think about it. Quartz crystals already store information in watches and computers. So why not salt? Why not the very mineral that flows through our tears, our sweat, our blood? Cayce taught that when salt is dissolved in water, especially water infused with prayer or intention, it becomes a bridge. Not just a metaphorical one, a living bridge between the physical and the spiritual. And here's the striking part. Salt shows up in the Bible more than 35 times. Most scholars dismiss this as symbolic, representing preservation or purity. But Cayce argued there was something deeper. When Jesus called his disciples the salt of the earth, it was not just poetry. It was instruction. A hidden teaching. Because salt mirrors the very geometry of the Akashic records, the memory of all souls. In his readings, Cayce said that salt, used with awareness, becomes a tuning fork. It aligns the body with higher frequencies of consciousness. It stabilizes the soul in a dense world. Even more, he taught that mindful use of salt could awaken past life memory, heighten intuition, and deepen connection with the divine. Ancient traditions knew this. From Hebrew temple offerings to Egyptian purification rites, salt was always present. It was not superstition. It was sacred science. And Cayce warned, when we strip salt of its sacredness, we lose more than flavor, we lose its function as a spiritual tool. He shared stories to prove it. One man practiced a salt meditation, blessing the crystal, holding it during prayer, focusing intention. Within months, he recalled 17 past lives. Names, places, relationships all verified. This was not imagination. It was memory, reawakened. Cayce also spoke of the body's salt wisdom centers: tears, sweat, cerebrospinal fluid. He said these are antennas. Transmitters tuning us to higher consciousness. That is why tears of grief and tears of joy feel so different. Each carries a vibration. One releases pain. The other nourishes the soul. He went further. He taught that even at death, salt carries an echo of the life force. Placed near the body, blessed salt could ease the soul's passage, guiding it through confusion toward the light. To Cayce, salt was not mere matter. It was memory. A homing beacon. A bridge between worlds. So what do we do with this knowledge? Cayce gave simple guidance. Take pure, natural salt. Place it in a glass or ceramic bowl. Sit in silence. Breathe. Speak your truth or your prayer into the crystal. With intention, the salt becomes charged, an instrument of remembrance. Use it in baths for cleansing. Sprinkle it at thresholds for protection. Carry it as a talisman of clarity. This is not superstition. It is sacred participation. Because when salt is honored, it resonates. It awakens. It reminds the soul of its original frequency. And in a world full of static and noise, this resonance can be a lifeline. So I ask you, could something as simple as a pinch of salt open the door to spiritual awakening? Edgar Cayce believed it could. And perhaps, the real question is not about salt at all. The real question is, are you ready to see the sacred in the ordinary, and remember who you truly are?